Hi everybody, welcome back. Today's quick grab and go yoga stretch is related to run recovery. If you're like me and you're a runner, you'll notice that certain parts of the body tend to get more tight than others. Even if you're not a runner, these stretches might be particularly helpful for you. Just 2 days ago, I ran a half marathon in New York City, and while it was great and it was challenging, it felt fine at the time, but let me tell you, when I woke up yesterday morning, I was in a whole world of pain. Luckily, it wasn't injury pain, it was just sore pain, and there's yoga that we can do to help improve our recovery, making that feel better. Just removing a block. We're starting in a comfortable seated position. Please, of course, modify your practice as it makes sense for you today. And these stretches are also considering that you're not working through any injuries at the moment. So you don't have any knee injury, hip injury, or anything going on. So we're just dealing with straight up tightness in the body. Take one ankle in front of the other. I have the right in front of the left. You can start however you choose. Bring both hands behind you on the mat, fingertips touching down, chest up. Walk the hands in a little bit. Lean in, soften the shoulders back. If this feels okay and you'd like to work it a little deeper, by all means, walk your hands out and you can come into a slightly deeper fold. Be careful not to overdo it. You don't have to do anything full throttle here. You only need to do enough to feel a little bit of release in the hips. Making sure that both sit bones remain flat on the mat. Return a little bit more upright. Now walk your hands over to the right. Come back through center, walk your hands over to your left. Come back to center, return all the way upright, switch the feet. So take the opposite ankle in front, same thing. Start with the hands behind you, fingertips on the mat, chest up, lean in. See how that feels, breathe. If you're good to go and would like to work this a little deeper, you can walk both hands around front. Further the stretch, just taking it a little bit deeper. And walk your hands in a little bit. Walk your hands over toward the right. And come back through center. Now walk your hands to your left. Walk the hands to center, return all the way upright, and uncross the knees, uncross your feet. I'm going to turn and face the other direction now. Keeping your knees bending, separate your feet wide, hands behind you. Drop your knees off to the right side. Sit tall, turn your gaze to the left. So the knees go to the right, look to the left, one breath. Come back through center, go the other way, drop your knees left, sit tall, look to your right for another deep breath. Come back to center, go right, look left. Center it out and switch. Look to the right. Come back through center. We're going to move a little bit quicker on that. Knees right, look left. Come to center and switch. Come through center and switch. Come through center and switch. One more time each side. Okay, now coming onto your hands and knees, bring the knees in, side by side, feet in side by side. Walk your hands back, sit on the heels. Sit tall, soften the shoulders. You can either keep the eyes open, gazing at one point past the nose, or if it's comfortable to do so, close the eyes. And just take a few deep breaths. Sitting as quietly as you can. Finding a little bit of ease in the stretch. All right, this is a quad stretch. It should help release the knees out a little bit. Hold for one more breath. And opening the eyes if they're not already open. Walk your hands back behind you, fingertips on the mat, working this into a brief ankle stretch. Slightly, ever so slightly tuck the tailbone. You don't want to really scoop and turn the hips under, just a little bit of a tuck so you feel the tops of your legs wake up. Lean back, lift your knees off the mat. That'll feel like something special right there. So this is an ankle stretch, even though you'll feel this in the quads. This helps to release the feet. So your feet really get a serious pounding when you're running a race. Take another deep breath. And come back up. Come onto hands and knees. Shake out your feet a little bit. Shake, shake, shake. Just as a transition, we'll take a little downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. This, if nothing else, it'll feel like a nice stretch for the spine, a nice stretch for the legs, the hamstrings, the quads. If you want to pedal out the heels a little bit and walk the feet out, feel free to do that too. Let's give it another deep breath. Good. Put a little bend in the knees. Look forward through the hands. We'll take low lunge. Step the right foot through the hands. Turn your back heel at a 45-degree angle, and you may benefit from having some blocks here under the hands as you straighten the front leg, coming into pyramid pose. Relax the head down. So if this is super intense for the hamstrings, by all means, use blocks. And if you don't have blocks, if the front knee needs to bend, let it bend. That is absolutely fine. Again, you only need to go deep enough to feel the stretch, to feel a little release. This isn't about how it looks. This is really about how it feels in the body and taking care for recovery. You have to feel a little bit better after your yoga practice. If you're not feeling uplifted, you're doing a little bit too much, right? Let's hold for another full breath right here. Now, put a little bend in the right knee, lift your chest, and step the right hand inside the right foot. Readjust your back foot so the toes are tucking in the mat. Walk your right foot over a little bit, lower the back knee on the mat, coming into lizard pose. And you're always welcome to, again, use blocks here under the hands. If you like a little bit of height, you can drop your elbows down onto the block to give your wrist a little bit of a break. You're welcome to hold it right here in the hip stretch. Let the hips sink in, keep the chest up, or if you want to add another quad stretch, lift your back foot, take your right hand, grab the back foot, now sink the hips in again. Keep the chest lifted, draw the right shoulder back a little. And that should feel like a nice release as well. Take one more breath. Let's meet somewhere in the center with both hands inside the right foot. Straighten the front leg, coming into a half split. Hold for another deep breath. Come into low lunge as you bend the right knee and walk the right foot in a little, transitioning into pigeon pose. Slide the right knee through. Draw the left leg back. So your right shin should probably be somewhere near a 45-degree angle from the top edge of the mat. It doesn't have to be all the way parallel to the front edge of the mat, and certainly you want to make sure your right foot isn't tucking under your right leg. Otherwise, you're not going to get the stretch. So sit tall, Lengthen the spine, keep the hips level, slide the hands out, lower the head down. Let's take about 5 deep breaths right here. One more deep breath. Come out nice and easy. Slide the hands in, lift the head up. Down dog, step it back. You can shake it out a little bit, stretch out the legs. Big inhale, lift the heels up. Big exhale, drop the heels down. Little bend in the knees, look forward again. Low lunge, step your left foot through the hands. Turn your right heel at a 45-degree angle. Pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana, straighten the front leg. Blocks under the hands again if you want to use them. Relax your forehead to the front shin. Relax the toes. Keep the breath moving. One more breath. All right, it's real easy for the calves and hamstrings to get super tight after an intense workout. This also helps to relieve tension in the Achilles tendon. You definitely don't want to make that angry. Put a little bend in the left knee. Readjust your back foot so the toes are tucked in the mat. And walk your left hand inside the left foot. Your left foot heel toe out a little bit. Drop the back knee down on the mat. Chest up for lizard pose. You can again use a block under the hands or under your elbows if you want to drop the forearms down. Keep the chest lifted. Getting a nice release here, and you can either stay here or add the quad stretch if you did it on the first side. Pick up the right foot, take your left hand back, grab the foot, sink the hips in, chest up. Let's hold one more deep breath. It's such a nice release. Let go of the back foot. We'll meet in the center, hands inside the left foot. Straighten out the left leg, Ardha Hanuman half split, one breath. We'll take it into low lunge as you bend the left knee, hands on opposite sides of the left foot. Transition into pigeon, slide the left knee through, the right leg back. Again, your left shin almost at a 45-degree angle from the front edge of the mat. Lengthen, sit tall, slide the hands out. Relax the head down, and we'll hold for another 5 deep breaths. Relax the shoulders. One more deep breath. And coming out, slide the hands in, lift the head up. This time, roll to the outer left leg, sweep your right leg around. Straighten the right leg out, keep your left knee bending, and bring the left foot to the inner right thigh. Sit tall, slide the hands out along the right leg, reach for your right foot. If you need, you can use a strap to grab the right foot or just let your hands rest on the shin. Slide the hands in, head up. Bring the right leg straight out front. Point the left knee up and step the left foot over. Take a twist, go to the left. Drop the left arm behind you. Sit tall, look left, one more breath. Come back to center, brief counter stretch to the right. Return to the middle, straighten out the left leg, bend the right knee. Place the right foot inside the left thigh, Janu Shirshasana. Sit tall, hands on the left leg, slide the hands out. Reach for your foot. Use a strap or belt if you need, or just let hands rest on the leg. Soften the head down, shoulders back, and hold for another deep breath or so. And releasing, slide the hands in, head up. Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated spinal twist. Point the right knee up, bring the left leg straight out front. Step the right foot over, chest up, twist right, breathe. We'll come back to center, take a brief counter stretch, go left. Return to center. Take a seated position. Certainly if you want to finish your little stretch in Shavasana, you can lay back, extend the legs out, drop the arms out, palms up, and you close the eyes for a few moments. We're going to be ending our practice here today. This was just a little grab and go run recovery stretch. I hope that you find some benefit here. Please let me know in the comments if you have any requests for future videos, or if you have any results that you'd like to share with me, and if this has helped you at all. Until we meet again next time on the mat, namaste. Thank you.